The chase is on. The monster is going at it like there's no tomorrow, trying to catch the group. This chapter was really good in my opinion, and there's just no room to breathe while reading because it's just that intense. Well, at least that's my opinion. I have this feeling whenever I read this series that, anyone could die at any moment, even though we've only had like 2 people dying out of the children since the beginning of the series. That is, if we count Norman, because I'll count him as dead, even though there are some theories going around saying he's alive. I'm a bit 50-50 on that, but let's count him as dead, seeing as that's what's most probable. So this chapter gave us some pretty nice development on Ray, as we of course have him witness and silently admit to himself that Gilda and the others have improved a lot in 2 months. Far more so than he would have ever expected them to. I mean, we know since the very early on in the series that Ray was against bringing the smaller ones, really. And to actually see him let go of that a little is nice to see, even though he was obviously okay with it ever since the actual escape. He probably had some kind of inner feeling that it would still be a burden. Especially if we do consider that he did in fact admit in this chapter that they have improved a lot more than he thought they would do. It really does suggest that he expected most of the smaller ones at least to probably bite the dust at some point, and now that's not really gonna be the case anymore, as his faith in them is seemingly increasing and probably will more and more as the series go on. Then we of course have I guess you could call it the biggest thing in this chapter, which is the actual monster chasing them like its life depended on it. And well, my dude Ray decides to single it out by making it chase after him so that the others can rest or run ahead, I guess. Now at first this seems like a pretty great idea since he's the best runner, well, not the fastest, since I think Emma was considered the straight up quickest runner, but Ray has more of a tactical mind, so he could use that to his advantage when distracting the big ass demon, as he does for a while actually. It does look good, and then bam, the thing that couldn't happen happens. The actual demons, the ones from the farm, because this big one is like a different one. The ones from the farm straight up cuts off the head of the big one like it's some kind of vermin. This is like the first time we've actually seen how strong these monsters are, because I mean, we've known they are the ones who run the planet pretty much, but we haven't never really got to see if they're physically strong or whatever, until now that is. I believe they call this monster inferior and whatnot, so they don't really have any sort of alliance or association with these kind of monsters clearly, and that alone kind of raises questions on its own. One of the things that I can see is that people who read the series will question whether there is more than just one brand of demons on Earth at this point, or if this more beast-like and unintelligent demon is just another freak of nature created by the change of the ecosystem, like the carnivorous roots from a few chapters back. One reason I don't believe in this is that the children did actually say, well, Emma and Ray said that the demon resembled that of the ones from the farm in various ways, like the hands and I think the heads to some degree. The one thing that did separate them was that the ones back at the farm were typically wearing horned helmets. So I'm kind of thinking that this one is quite possibly a wild beast from wherever these demons originate from. Or actually, maybe even something that happens to demons who don't get to eat human brains. And let me go deeper into that actually. I think it's not entirely impossible that they might be eating brain in order to avoid having that happen to them. It would really be a nice touch and give us some more insight on how the demons work and why they're doing what they're doing. It would be really cool to find out a proper motive instead of just having them, butcher children just because they can and are straight up evil. Most villainous beings have a motive, and if this is that motive, I'd be quite satisfied. But yeah, back to the chapter itself. It'll be interesting to see the next chapter if something is going to happen to Ray, because he is definitely in a pinch right now, as the only thing that separates him from the demons is one tree. If he runs, they'll no doubt find him and capture him very easily, as I have no doubt they could do that without much effort given what he just did to that big ass primal demon. But if he actually stays, the risk of him being detected will be ever increasing, so once again we have a very suspense-filled chapter ending where we just want the next chapter to come out so we can know how it continues. Anyway, I'll be ending off the video here. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and as always, if you did, please like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new to my channel. This has been your favorite host Pyramid. I'll see you soon.